Welcome to the Big Talks podcast, where real conversations spark bold vision. From real estate and legacy to faith, business, and the hunt for something more, we dive deep with guests from all walks of life. No fluff, just real talk to help you build a life and legacy that matters.
Doing insurance.
Welcome to the Big Talks podcast. I'm your host, Austin Bowman. We finally have a name. It's no longer the Unnamed Podcast. It's officially Big Talks. So this is our guest for today, Marissa Miller. She is a realtor at Keller Williams and owner of Social Buzz Collaborative. So would you like to say anything about yourself?
I feel like you just said a lot about myself. I live in the Appleton area. I have a fiance named Max, and we have two cats together. I have a cute little tortoiseshell named Asta, and she's like 7.5 pounds, full grown.
Yeah.
And then I have, he's not really chunky, but he looks chunky compared to Asta. He is like a 10-pound tuxedo cat, so he's the cutest.
Yeah. I had two cats growing up, but
yeah,
one was, I had the classic like boy cat, was super fat. His name was Tigger.
Yeah.
And he was 24 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
One of like I don't know the names of them, or the type of cat, but he was like the orange stripy.
Okay.
But he was like a dog. Like
Yeah.
I'd come home and sit on the couch and he would find me. Like he would know I'm home and he would run up and sit on my lap and start licking my hands and
Aw.
stuff. He'd wake me up by like licking my head.
Yeah.
But he was 24 pounds, so I'd be like, he's like sitting here, like with his paws, like kneading the side of my head and
Yeah.
like licking my head. And I'm like, dude, it's like, 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But no, cats are awesome.
Orange cats definitely have like a distinct personality.
Yeah, a little spunk.
Yeah, like my tuxedo cat is like pretty chill. And Asta, they say that they have tortitude. That's a thing with tortoiseshell cats, I guess. And I can see it. She's very noisy. She's meowing all the time. She has to be sitting on us. Like, she is like a dog, too.
Yeah.
And she likes to go outside. She likes to, go for walks.
Yeah.
Not on the leash or anything.
Yeah.
But
that's fun, though. Like, my other cat was the furthest thing. She was like a stray. Her name was Sassy.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little, like, 7-pound black cat. And you never saw her. Like,
Yeah.
she was just, like, always somewhere in the basement. Like, it was a nice basement, but she was just somewhere, like...
yeah.
rolling around in the rafters or something, like wasn't really a people person. And every once in a while she'd come out and be like, "You're alive."
Yeah. That's what people, like the typical cat that people think of when they think of cat.
She was like,
go run
she
the
was
really
a true
bad.
cat. Yeah. But it's fun to have a cat that's a mix. My sister has two cats that, and one of them, his name's Oliver, and he's shaped like a teardrop. He has like a small head, small like front shoulders, and then he just like gets chubbier the further you go
gosh.
back. So if you like held him up, like went under his armpits and held him up, he would just look like a raindrop. That's what I always think when I see him.
Hilarious.
But when we brought our dog over there, he would just like bat at the dog and like wrestle with our 70-pound dog.
Yeah.
So he was all about it. But,
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So anyway, well, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay, great.
So, number one, what advice would you give to other young women looking to break into either real estate or marketing or both?
Oh my gosh, so much.
Yeah, I thought this would be a good question for you, especially because you're the first female on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's obviously not a perspective that I can give to the viewers.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of you being able to speak to that, even though like, you have your own experiences and everything. Like you don't speak for like everyone and everybody's experience, but
For sure.
you definitely give a perspective that I can't, even no matter what I do, I can't give that perspective.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, let's like touch on the fact of being a woman and like we're talking about houses where typically I feel like it's like, oh, men know the house, men know how to fix things. And so sometimes as a young woman, you can be seen as like she does not know what she's talking about. And I've had recent experiences where people have made me feel like she's just a dumb girl. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And just the other day, I actually met with a newer agent and she shadowed me for the day. And I was going through everything that I do during the week, all the systems and processes that I've set up over the past 4.5 years. And I was like, wait a second, I actually know a lot. I know a lot more than like people give me credit for and I give myself credit for.
it's interesting when you're like years in and then you look back and you're like, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I was 23 and I
nothing.
like from now. So that's, I'm almost 10 years in, and like the knowledge that I've gained just from doing showings and stuff, like not anything special that I did, but just the knowledge you acquire over that time is so different. And people like hiring a real estate agent, they don't really think about that like all that much. They more just pick somebody based off of who they know.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't understand how much more experience you have, even if they've bought 5 houses. Doesn't matter. You know, like we see so many different situations every day and talk to people in different situations and how to handle them, that they just don't put that perspective on hiring a real estate agent, like how much knowledge there actually is and goes into the job, you know?
Yeah. And I've always been told this, like, from the beginning of my career, but I feel like it's not until recently that I've actually been able to, like, get comfy and, like, sit in it and feel like, yeah,
Sure.
this is legit.
Confident.
But,
and,
yeah, like, people had said, just be yourself. And, like, being yourself will attract the right people. And for a while there, I think I was, like, uncomfortable with being myself. And, like, oh, people are not going to, like, working with an agent that's so laid back and cracks jokes at showings. Like, they're going to want someone that wears the blazer and drives the nice car.
Sure.
And I just had somebody the other day. She was like, those types of realtors turn me off so much. She's an interior designer. So
I just had that on the last episode with Tyler. We talked about that a little bit, like kind of that, like you can get that imposter syndrome a little bit, like feeling like, oh, I'm too young, or I'm not, like I am not your typical real estate agent looking. Like I'm 5'8", heavy, bald with like I look more like a biker than I do a real estate agent. But I've always, like, in my first years, I tried to be Mr. Salesman, and I actually left real estate for a year, was a corrections officer, because I wasn't happy with real estate as a whole. And the perspective was wrong. Like, it was how I was doing real estate. I was doing it in, like, trying to be Mr. HGTV.
Yeah.
And trying to wear, like, the suit. And I had a client, like, not like me because they said I was too intimidating.
Oh.
They said 2 things. I talked about my family too much, and that I was too intimidating. Because I showed up to, like, their $120,000 house to list it in, like, a full suit. Like, not a briefcase, but, like, a book bag.
Yeah.
And, like, had the whole portfolio, whipped it out, and, like, sat at the table with them, and they were, like, very... I'm like, I guess I can see that now. Like, maybe I should just stick to my flannels.
Yeah.
And I think people appreciate that more, much more, when you're just being yourself.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
picking you because they like you. And so this is one of the perspectives that, like, I think is really important for new agents. Like, never get caught up in that person picking somebody else. If you want to work with a different agent, go for it. That's fine. I'm not going to be offended anymore, because every agent is different, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
Like, some people might use me because our personalities mesh. It's not going to mesh with everybody. I feel like I can get along with almost anybody. But, like, sometimes people should work with you, because you and I aren't, no matter what we do, we're not going to do real estate the same exact way.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I think there should be, like, a pretty diverse, like, world in real estate of people to pick from and work with, and styles. And so, yeah, I'm all about that. And,
Yeah. I totally agree.
a lot of people get caught up in, like, oh, I'm not wearing a nice enough suit or a nice enough vehicle. Like, I need to go buy a Jaguar to sell houses in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. No, you don't. I can't. Some of my best, so if you guys don't know, I plow snow as well. Some of my best showings that people were really appreciated for, I was up like 15 hours, made it to the showing in, I mean, dirty. I've been plowing all day. And I show up in my plow truck, which is an 04 Silverado, like, looks like an off-road vehicle. And they're way more happy that I made the showing happen and was able to figure it out and get them in the house and be able to get an offer in than they care what vehicle I'm driving in the middle of December. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think culturally that's changed. I think that's a very, like, kind of brick and mortar, like, approach that a lot of older agents still have.
Or like a TV show thing where it's like,
Yeah.
see them
Yeah.
wearing the craziest stuff to show.
Uh-huh.
We're
Yeah.
not wearing heels out here to show farmland
Yeah, you're walking in dirt. Even if it's not farmland, half the houses, like,
no.
Yeah, real estate
don't
is
wanna
not
wear heels.
HGTV as glamorous as everybody thinks. You can be walking on a middle of the city lot, and you're probably still in mud.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
We could talk about clothing or attire for real estate all day. I think these pants are technically lounge pants from Fleet Farm.
Hey.
Like, I don't care. If it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a Eddie Bauer. Like, it was on sale.
That's way more fancy than I am.
Well, it was like, I mean, it was, I think it was like $20, like from, it was on sale, and I was like, deal.
Right.
But I mean, just this last week, I was showing a house in red granite, and my client opened up the closet door. So I had it, like, it was a rough, like, investment property, sure. Opened up the closet door. It's filled with, like, wet blankets and a hole in the roof.
Oh.
And so I'm like, cool. The second they cracked open that door, the whole door was engulfed with cockroaches.
Oh my God. That's
I'm like,
disgusting.
I've seen cockroaches like once before and like not active like that. Like I saw like a cockroach, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a cockroach, because they don't look like the standard ones, Wisconsin ones, at least as far as I know. But it was like within a second, the whole door was all like thousands of bugs. So that whole closet was just like a dark, like, nest of whatever it was. And I was like, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
And
I know that for sure.
there is a tenant living there. Yeah. So like you walk around these places, and sorry, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent, but
Tangents are great.
yeah, well, they're good for a podcast.
Yeah.
No, but I see some of these houses, and then you have like kids in some of these places. And nothing has spurred me more to make that not be Teddy's life, my son. Because I'm like, man, I've seen kids running around in just basically a dirt floor, and there's 5 kids at that house.
Yep.
You're like, this house didn't have any kids, but still, like, there's a tenant living there, and they've never said anything to the landlord. Like, I called the listing agent and the landlord right away. Well, they talked to each other, and the landlord didn't know. And I'm like, that's crazy that you live at a property. I mean, there's no way the tenant didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they just don't, they didn't mention it. Or the landlord's lying. Like, landlords have never lied.
Never.
Never, ever.
Crazy.
So, like, it could be one of those things. Who knows? But still, like, just, like, that was just this last week. Like, that stuff is not that uncommon. So, yeah, like, the glamour.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that's why we're in boots. Like.
Oh, I know.
But,
I heard somebody say, I don't know if it was like a continuing education, but I think there was a segment on safety, and she had said to dress for, like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like, dress for the weather, dress for the occasion. And it made me realize, like, why am I wearing these, like, flats that are about to fall apart in 5 inches of snow when I could be just wearing my snow boots? So I've stopped, like you said, dressing for, we're just going to impress, even though it's disgusting outside because we live in Wisconsin.
When I think it's, like, with some thought, it's not that hard to be, like, realistic with what you're wearing and not being like jeans and t-shirt all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's like I wear a lot of the similar stuff all the time because like
outfit repeat every week.
Yeah, and switch around a shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Well, because for me, like pants are impossible. So like I don't have that many pairs of pants because there's not a whole lot that fit me.
Yeah.
So like I just have to rotate. But like you can make a lot work with a little, and like go to Target. Like a lot of new agents, it's like you do not need to go to Men's Warehouse and get $1,000 suit. You don't. Maybe go to like Kohl's and see if there's one off the rack that just like you can have a blazer.
Just one, yeah.
Throw a black t-shirt under it and some jeans and get some shoes at Kohl's. Boom, you're in, $100, $200, and you can make a lot of outfits happen with one blazer. Or like, and then you just grow it from there. But yeah, a lot of new agents, like they think, oh, I got to go get this full, suit.
I thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
went
did that.
I clothes shopped. I got a pencil skirt. I got a matching like blazer and pants set. I never wear that.
Yeah.
Sold it. Cause like,
Well, and I think part of it too, like I should say, like I think part of it too is the excitement. I think it's cool to get excited about the profession you're getting into.
Yeah.
But like, don't break your bank account when you're just starting real estate. And like, I think a lot of people do that. And there's a lot of turnover in real estate, partially, I think, because of that. Like, you can start hot and get a lot of sales right away. You can. A lot of agents did. I was not that way.
No.
You know, so like,
Me either.
there's also a lot of real estate agents that, man, it takes a while to get your sales in. You know, like, the first company I was with for 2 months, maybe 3 months. And I didn't have a sale in the first brokerage I was with. And then they merged with Keller Williams back in the day. So, like, that's just a perspective that, like, sometimes you start hot and then it's all who you know.
Yep.
But sometimes you don't. And that's okay, too. Like, don't think that you failed if you didn't have a sale in your first month of real estate. Like, you know.
I will say, too, no amount of clothes are going to cover up and make people think you know what you're talking about.
It might actually do the opposite. I heard a quote the other day. Or like, not the other day, maybe like a year ago.
That was the other day.
Yeah, whatever. But I mean, it still works, yeah. It's something like, I can't remember it exactly, too many concussions. But it's something like, nowadays you have poor people walking around in suits trying to look like they're rich, and rich people walking around in Carhartts looking like they're poor. And the culture hasn't necessarily shifted, but like, you look at like what a construction worker makes nowadays, a plumber, a lot of those guys are making and worth a lot more than the guy walking around in that nice fancy blue blazer.
Yep.
You know, like, a lot of times it's the guy who's not trying to look like he's rich. That's rich because he's not trying to look rich. He's not spending money on the brand new truck every year.
Yeah.
And he can be worth a lot of money.
You can tell who is, too, because they're just a lot more easygoing.
Yeah.
It's just like not a care in the world.
Well, and you can also tell, like, with conversations, like, what people are focused on.
Yep.
A little bit too, but anyway, back to I got off on a tangent there, but back to like how you think, like, something that really stood out to me for you is like, what's your advice to women coming into real estate? Because that's obviously the perspective I can't give. But.
I just had someone shadow me the other day, actually, for the first time. I've been doing real estate for 4.5 years, and she was the first person who asked to shadow me, and I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And I gave her a lot of
she
advice.
asked to?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I gave her a lot of advice the other day. I said, one of the biggest things is when somebody asks you, like, oh, what's this? And you don't know, don't try to make stuff up. Just say, I don't know, but I'll find out for you.
Yeah, they'll see right through that.
Yeah.
You know.
Another thing, I'm so huge on safety. This is another thing we could talk about forever. Max bought me some pepper spray to keep on my keys.
Good.
And somebody said to me once, I brought him to a showing because I had never met these people before. My old broker was like, hey, can you go show my listing quick? And I was like, sure, but me and Max are like at the mall right now. And like, I'm in jeans and a hoodie. Like, that's what they're going to get. They're also going to get him. Like, I don't know these people. So I showed up and the guy was like, oh, you brought your security. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know you people. Yeah, like, you can never be too careful. Don't worry about offending people. The buyer consultations, like, yeah, it's more work to sit down with people beforehand and get to know them before you show them a house. But you need to do it. You need to meet people.
I like won't. I mean, if I don't know you, I'll show you a house. To try to like get to know you and then get you as a client kind of thing.
Sure.
But after one showing, once I meet you, we're getting coffee. Like, I just had coffee with like people I've known for years. So I want to go through the whole process with you.
Yep.
So that I'm not asking you this on the night. It's 9:00 at night and you're trying to make the biggest decision you've ever made. And then I'm explaining what an inspection is, what an appraisal is, what earnest money is, like all these things. And then you're not focusing on the house. I want you to focus on the house. You're going to have to answer those questions anyway. But like, to me, it's like, I call it dumping the bucket. I want to dump the bucket on them. So at least they've heard those things, especially first time home buyers. And then also, like, if I haven't really met you that much, or like you're a friend of a friend, it's kind of awkward to be like, all right, let's go walk through strangers' houses together. You know, like,
very awkward.
And like the vibe can sometimes start off weird. So I'm a big like go get coffee first
yeah.
kind of person, like
Exactly.
a buyer consultation.
Even if I know them already. And I had another agent actually say the other day, and the other day was probably like 6 months ago. As we know.
A year ago. It's the same. It
Whatever.
works. Yeah.
Time is irrelevant. I had her say, like, if the buyers don't want to meet me at the office beforehand, like, that's fine. Like, I'll just meet them at the house. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, if they don't want to meet you, if they can't take the time to meet you or even hop on a phone call with you, those are not people that you want to be in a vacant home with by yourself.
That's one of those perspectives. Like there's been some sketchy times, but I'm pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm
You're
very
not usually
rarely nervous.
concerned.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like people don't know this, but I'm a concealed carry guy. So a lot of times, like if something happened, I have things, you know, on me, usually always. And so I'm a believer in that.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge believer in that for women because I'm like, a lot of times I don't care what karate you've done. Get out.
Yep.
Period. Like if you feel weird, leave. Like all the stories that I've heard about people who have been in those sketchy situations, you get a feeling normally.
Trust your
The
gut.
problem is people ignore the feeling, men and women. Like men are probably doing it because they're just naive and stupid. And then so I would guess that like sometimes it happens also because you don't want to cause like social awkwardness.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, well, I just, come up with something. I don't care if you lie. Like,
It's a family emergency.
Oh, my wife
go.
just called. I got to go. Get out. Like,
Yeah.
I know, so I won't name names, but I know real estate agents that have been in houses and they're walking around the house at an open house and they're the ones who open all the doors. That's something I'd recommend for women. Open every door. Unlock it. Because if
Good
you
piece
need to
of
get out
advice.
the back, that needs to be quick.
Yeah.
Like
don't park yourself in the driveway. There's a lot of little tips.
Yeah, little
Don't go down
like
to the basement first.
Yeah,
I'm going for you.
And if you ever like anybody out there, if you want to have conversations about tips like that, like contact any of us. And another thing I really want to push, I don't care what company you're with. I could care less. If you're sketched out and you want somebody to join you, call someone. Any man with a good heart is going to show up and show a house with you.
Yep.
And if he's like, well, I'm Coldwell, then call somebody else. Like, shut up.
Call
like, we're
Austin.
not, like, this isn't about what brokerage are you with. And I don't care if there are compliance issues with me being there at the same time. Whatever. I don't care about the rules. If you're sketched out, and especially if you're a female and you're sketched out in a situation, like, call a friend or another female. It doesn't matter. Or call a guy. Like,
Yep.
and just make sure that you're protected, number one. And it's such a common theme. Like there's stories every year around the country. And, but back to some of the women that I know, like she walked around that house during that open house and there was one guy left and he walked around and locked all the doors behind her. She got to the front door and left all her stuff there, left all her signs and drove away and waited for him to leave.
Good for her.
Because she's like,
smart.
why are you locking doors?
Yeah.
Like, yes, have your, like, be aware of those things. Because it's something that I'm very lucky I don't have to worry about. But, man, I've been in a lot of sketchy houses. And if I was a small female, like, that would be I can't imagine that. I've obviously never been in that situation. But I know my wife, like, will explain those things to me. She's, like, 5'1". Like, it's a totally different situation.
Your information is everywhere when you're a real estate agent. Your picture's everywhere. Your videos are everywhere. Your phone number, your email. People, I mean, it's scary, but people can seek you out and they can have a plan to like get you in that house.
And they can become like obsessed with you and stuff like that. Like obviously this isn't like a super, super common thing we're talking about. It's not like every other house you're going to go into, you're going to be sketched out. But like it happens enough, too much, Yeah.
There needs to be always a level of distrust there. Even if you think you know the people, you need to be on alert. Don't let your guard down. Have a plan.
You do not know these people. Even if you get coffee, you don't know them.
Nope.
Like you know them for a month, you don't know them.
I will say, a lot of agents don't even know we have the Forewarn app. I search people's phone numbers on there all the time.
Yeah.
That's like my little pre-screening. And then I meet them at the office. I will say one of the biggest things that I abide by, like my own rule, is don't just avoid at all costs putting yourself in that situation in the first place. Obviously, have a plan when you get there, like unlock all the doors, know your exit, don't park yourself in, things like that. But
have your keys on you.
Yes.
Like,
don't bring your purse with you.
Yeah, like have your keys on you. Stop putting everything. Don't put your purse in a cabinet.
I carry my keys around like right in front of me with my pepper spray, and people have made jokes about it before, and I'm like, well, if I need to use it, I will.
Well, it's also like, I don't understand how people don't have pepper spray on them like all the time. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you need to have something. Like I always, at least my bare minimum is a knife. I always have a knife. I don't really have pepper spray because I don't like, I probably wouldn't use it too much. But like my wife has pepper spray for all her walks. We just had, I guess this is a little gruesome, but there was like in our neighborhood, in my like maybe 1 acre away in the adjacent property, there was these 2 dogs that killed a fawn.
Oh my god!
And like shredded it, and like
it's not always just people.
Yeah, and so I'm like, there's stray dogs running around sometimes that like can be super aggressive. Yeah, it's not always people. Like, just have
that reminded me
something.
Of something. I went to a showing a month or 2 ago, and I hear dogs in the house, and I'm like, I'm not going in.
Dogs in a showing, a pepper spray would be a good thing to have even for that.
Yeah. And they have 3 little kids. They brought their 3 little kids with them. I'm like, guys, we're not going in. I'm sorry. Like, I'll call the listing agent, and he's like, oh, the dogs are not supposed to be there. And I don't care how friendly people say their dogs are. You never know. Trust that.
You never know.
I don't know how they're going to react. So we waited. Then the seller came by frantically, and he's like, oh, I forgot to pick the dogs up. Like, I was picking my kids up, and like I just forgot they were here. And he took the dogs out. I watch him take the dogs out. It's 2 really large, aggressive, high energy huskies, and he's got them on leashes. They're pulling him out the door. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad we did not go in.
And huskies will nip too. I'm pretty sure. Like they're a breed that it's known that they'll do that. Like Aussie cattle as well. Is kind of known for biting it. Like, obviously there's good dogs in every breed. There's bad dogs in every breed. But that's the whole point, is you never know. Yeah.
I will say, like you said, you feel like you have a plan. You're not usually super worried as a man going into these situations sometimes. As a woman, your gut feeling is hardly ever wrong. And I just had a situation where I let a buyer go yesterday, and I had a bad gut feeling from the start. I don't know if he ever would have done anything bad. I don't know if he would have flipped out at me, but I'm just glad that I didn't let it get to that point. I was like, let's just, work
it's not worth
else.
It's not worth your couple grand commission to like risk anything. And it's
and 2, like when you're just starting out, if you only have 1 client and they suck, you can let them go. You do not have to make it work. Sometimes transactions are difficult. I said this to my mom the other day because I was telling her about the buyer I let go. And I was like, I can deal with difficult clients. I can deal with emotional. I can deal with anxious. I can deal with need to be communicated with, like in excess.
Yeah.
But what I can't deal with is disrespect. And I felt very disrespected. But I've only let 2 people. I've only let 2 people go in my entire real estate career, and they were extremely disrespectful. So
for me, like you can be. It's pretty rare that somebody's disrespectful, like to my face. Which is probably a unique experience for women
you
too.
have a knife on you.
Well, and like if you're going to, like, sure, whatever, bye. You're like, it won't make me that upset. I would just be annoyed.
Yeah.
The big thing for me is like if you're disrespectful with my time and like effort, and you just like are super nonchalant, and we're looking at like 20, 30 houses, then I'm gonna be like, like not anymore. Like, let's connect you with somebody else, because we're not looking at what you actually want, or you're just wanting to look at a bunch of houses.
Yeah.
Like I had this couple that kept showing up to my open houses, and they just wanted like the free cookies. I'm like, that's so annoying. Like, that's now I have to say hi to you and do this whole thing with you being there, knowing that you're not there to buy the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop doing that.
Looking for something to do. Oh, hot tip. If you're looking to just look at homes for fun, let me introduce you to the Parade of Homes.
There you go.
In the Fox Valley. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, you would not believe how many people don't know about the Parade of Homes. Each ticket is like $12.
Yeah.
And it's 2 weekends. You can go see the most beautiful
They're
homes.
awesome. Yeah.
Just go there.
My parents, man, they've done so many parade of homes. Like, they have a problem.
We
But
love doing them. And if you missed it, my YouTube channel, I have
yeah,
a couple Parade of Homes that
Yeah.
we've gone to.
I think it's something that's underutilized, you know, like especially as agents, like we walk through a lot of houses, but you're not always walking through those high end ones.
Yep.
And it's nice to get a free education on walking. Well, I guess not free, $12,
Yeah.
but to get, you know,
Pretty
a
cheap.
pretty darn cheap education on those high end houses.
Yeah.
And that way you're actually educated when you get a nice client. Because sometimes you get a client that's like, hey, we're looking at 800,000, and you're like, oh, like, and if you're a
Yeah.
newer agent, you're like, I have no idea.
Does this home have central
I don't know
back?
about-
And you're like, what does that look like?
Wait, how do I tell what the difference is? Let me go see if there's a fan. Yeah. And you're walking through this massive house, around this huge house, to see if there's a fan. Yeah. No, and it's not a good look, especially when you're working with those people. And when you're working with somebody like that, I'll make sure I'm a little bit more presentable. But at the same time, if they call me, like back to kind of what we were talking about earlier, if they call me at 10 o'clock on a Saturday for a showing at 11 and I'm mowing my yard and it's a 30-minute drive, you're getting me in my mowing outfit. Like, hopefully it's not $1 million house and the listing agent's there.
Right.
But most of the judgment I've gotten is actually from other agents.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you look at $1 million house and it's like the listing agent has to show it.
Oh, boy, do I have some
And
stories.
the comments they're like, huh. I've literally gotten that. They look at my outfit, look me up and down and go, huh. I know the agent. I won't name names, but older female agent in
after.
Oshkosh. And yeah, and I'm like, don't do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the one with these $1 million buyers on your listing that isn't selling.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, so, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that'll get me worked up real quick. Like, the inner agent snobbery that sometimes happens drives me insane.
My brain is going off like the 3 different directions
You're like, oh my
right
gosh.
now because of that. Yeah, I film listing tours for social media.
Yeah.
That's something that I try to post like once a week. And I went to this really cool listing in Appleton, amazing character home, and it was like a super busy house because like it was incredible.
Yeah.
And there's another agent there at the same time, and I didn't realize it was an overlapping showing. Otherwise, I would have like brought my business cards with me and like maybe you know, I don't know, had the agent give her a heads up or something. And so I walk in and she was like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, hi, I'm Marissa Miller with KW. Like, I'm doing a video for social media. And she was like, okay. And she was super like condescending the entire time too. And she was like, well, we're going to head out so you can do like whatever you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, I will. Like, I get leads from social media. So thank you very much. Like, enjoy the rest of your, you know, door knocking, networking, drinking yourself into oblivion.
Yeah.
life. I'm like, I'll do it this way. I'll do it the fun way.
Yeah.
Not to say that, okay, and now we're getting in the weeds.
Yeah.
Not to say
deep
that she
weeds.
was drinking heavily, but she just not a fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then let's see what were we talking about? Like bad experiences with other agents?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like how you dress. When Max and I were looking for our home, we'd just be out and about doing whatever. We're shopping, whatever, going out for lunch, and then a house pops up and we want to go see it. So I just go in whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And I had a couple agents. I mean, it was like a safety thing, so like I can appreciate that. But they looked at us and they were like, "Are you waiting for your agent?" And I was like, "I am the agent."
Yeah.
It was just like such an awkward moment.
Yeah. No, it happens way too much though. Like that stuff drives me nuts. But
Yeah.
yeah, is there any other like big recommendation that you'd or advice that you give to any women in real estate, but even better yet, newer women in real estate?
I would say, like, this is kind of generic, so I don't know if it's necessarily for just women, but when you find your niche, really lean into that, because I like to read a lot. I like cats. I like being at home. I like going out to eat, and so I really lean into those things and kind of make it part of, like, my lead generation, and that's how I get business, is posting about that and talking about that, and I think you don't have to like, you just don't have to hide who you are. You don't have to like be somebody else. And people actually appreciate the personality. They want to work with a human being. And that was my thing from the beginning, is I wanted people to feel like they were working just with like a trusted friend. Like, oh, she's fun. Like, we're going to go see Marissa. Like, excited to see me and not intimidated by me at all.
Yeah.
I have these buyers right now that are just like, they just want me to open the door and like be very, do the thing, write me the offer, show me the house. Like, we're not trying to like get to know each other at all.
Yeah.
I was trying to ask them like follow-up questions the other day. I was like, oh, so what are you guys doing this weekend? Oh, that sounds fun. Where at? And like, they were giving me like this shortest
they're like, stop being so
answers.
bubbly.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get to know you. Like, because we're going to be spending a lot of time
I
together.
thought we'd be friends, but I guess not. Seeing as I'm trying to find your future home.
Yeah. That's another weird thing, that sometimes you feel obligated, or people think that you're going to be like real tight, especially if they're relocating and they don't know anybody here. They might be like, oh yeah, we're going to be friends after this. And you don't feel the same.
I've had, the out of state thing happen, and not necessarily happen, but I'll run into them and I'm like, should I feel awkward about that or not? And, but I mean, we're friendly, like there's nothing wrong, but I'm like, but at the same time, like, if you don't invite me to anything, like, am I just supposed to like start inviting you to like, like friend events? Because I'm like, at this point in my life, like, if I do anything with friends, it has to be like super planned.
Yeah.
Like, mainly it's just like with a buddy of mine that we just go golfing. Peter Knitt, shout out. But like, we'll just go golfing like at most once a week, and it hasn't been that nearly at all this year because he also has a kid now too.
Yeah.
So like, if I do any like events, like a lot of times it has to be like at our house. Because just realistically, like schedule wise, my 1-year-old goes to bed at like 7:38, and like 8 o'clock, I'm not getting up to like, or getting ready to go out.
Right.
So like sometimes I'll have guys over for like a bonfire, but I'm like, it's a pretty big threshold to like jump through to just like throw a client into that group, like people that I've known for 20 years.
Yeah. I think you can be acquaintances. I think that's the thing.
For sure.
When I started off, I was like, oh, I have to be like close friends with everyone, because you've got to like really lean into your database and like work your sphere, and you don't have to be close friends with everyone. There's a circle. There's like your real close friends. There's another outer ring. Sorry. I don't know if that affected the audio. But there's another outer ring that's like, maybe your friends you see here and there, you would hang out with them one-on-one, but like not as tight as your like inner circle. Then you've got like acquaintances where like you'll be cordial. You're like in a book club together, but like
I'll say hi to you and like, we'll talk for a little bit, but like, I'm not going to go get like lunch with you probably. You know what I mean? Like, like with men, like it's kind of, sometimes it's viewed as kind of weird to be like, hey, do you want to go get lunch?
Yeah.
They're like
hanging out one-on-one.
Like for work?
I was just talking about about that with somebody on Monday, actually, about how we're like, hey, you want to go for a walk? You want to like go get coffee? And like, if a guy, you said to another guy, like, hey man, you want to go for a walk? They'd be like, well, what's going on?
You mean like walking while golfing? Because guys, like, there usually has to be some activity that we're doing that means that we're not being too personal.
You need something going on, so you don't have direct eye contact.
Like, there's definitely been times I am a fan of like getting coffee with someone.
Oh yeah.
But if we're getting coffee and it's not real estate based, it's pretty much like only for the reason of like, I used to know you. Like, I just had a catch up like coffee with a buddy back from high school, and I ran into him and I was like, dude, let's get coffee sometime, just to like, because it'd be almost awkward to just like go golfing. I haven't seen you in 10 years, but let's go golfing. You know what I mean? Like, let's catch back up. Like, that makes sense. But other than that, like, guys just don't really do that. There needs to be like another activity. It's kind of, there's a comedian that has a bit about this, about golf, where the wife is like, so you went golfing with Johnny. He just got divorced or something, or he just got married. How is he doing? And he's like, I don't know. Like, weren't you just in a golf cart with him for 5 hours? Yeah. Like, you don't know, you didn't ask him anything? No. I know what kind of driver he has, though. Like, stuff like you talk about golf, but that's how guys bond. Like, you don't, and a lot of guys bonding is like giving each other crap. Like, and, but yeah, so it's just kind of a different thing. But Yeah, getting one-on-one meetings can be weird. But back to like clients, like it's a hard threshold to be like, hey, we're now going to be friends if you don't know each other from before that.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes it happens because people like say that outer sphere. Sometimes you can get the vibe that like the outer sphere of your friends, that they're choosing you and then hoping that you like get closer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
oh, that's something
it
that
can be
like,
awkward. Sometimes it's easier to work with somebody you don't know.
yeah.
Know,
very
sure.
true. I mean, I've had friends not work with me, and you just like can't take it personally. Don't burn the bridge. They might want to work with you in like 5 or 10 years, and if you're still in the business, then
Yeah,
great.
like I'll we'll keep talking. Let me know. Just my thing is like, if you're not going to use me, then don't use me. Like,
Yeah.
don't ask for me to do stuff if you know you're not going to.
Oh
use
yeah, can I get some advice? No.
me. Yeah. Like, give me a phone call, sure, but like,
Can you look over the software?
don't have
No.
me like. I had a client want me to, or not a client, a good friend.
Yeah.
That didn't want to use me, and oh, how dare you? And
ASMR.
they asked for my opinion of their house. They wanted a market analysis, and I'm like, well, you're not using me though, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, then no. I'm like, your agent should be able to price the house they're selling.
Yeah.
I'm like, how about that? Like, maybe if your agent can't price the
Mic
house,
drop.
you probably shouldn't use.
No
Like,
kidding.
that's any agent. I don't care if you use anybody else, but I'm like, if they're unconfident in pricing the house, you should not be listing that house.
Yeah.
It's the same reason, like, I wouldn't sell a house in Milwaukee. I have no idea. Like, I'm not even going to attempt, but I've had people
Yeah.
like try to sell houses in like the niche towns like Omro, Winneconne, those outliers of the Fox cities.
Yeah.
And they're from out of the area. And I'm like, you don't know
Yeah.
at all. Like, every street in Winneconne is different. Like, a lot of times.
I will say,
You know?
if you can't pronounce the town name, you shouldn't be listing
Yeah,
a house
probably
there
not. Yeah.
or helping a buyer.
I mean, I have a listing out in Red Granite right now, and that's a unique market. I had to do some digging on that, so learning like, man, what is this market? Because there's not a ton of houses that were sold, but I'm like, it's close enough where I'll list it, but it was different. Even there, like 45-minute drive can be it's such a different market. Oshkosh to Green Bay, they're all
gosh,
slightly
yeah.
different, and you have to know that.
Yeah.
But so anyway, one more question.
One more. Okay.
How has your background in marketing with social media, with social buzz, helped you stand out and grow your real estate business?
Well, it's kind of funny because when I started Social Buzz, it's almost our like 1 year anniversary, and I say our, but it's just me. We.
Yeah.
we. But anyways, I started Social Buzz about a year ago, and I was really nervous about how it would affect my real estate business. And I'm like, oh, if people see that I'm doing a second business, they're going to think that I don't have time for them. And like vice versa. Like people see that I also do real estate in addition to Social Buzz, they're going to be like, she doesn't have time for me. Well, a lot of people don't know this because I don't shout it from the rooftops, but I've always had like a side hustle, side gig, like a part-time job, some freelance gig going on the side the entire time.
You almost have to. Like,
in real estate.
yeah, you almost have to. I worked at Shields for a year when I first started real estate.
Yeah.
I left real estate, came back. Like, I still plow snow because, especially when you have like a wife who's like, hey, you do need to like make money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am though. And she's like, yeah, but there's nothing guaranteed. Especially when I started like back in 2015, like January was a big question. Like, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, this time of year, if you're working hard, you'll get sales, but like sometimes, I mean, it hasn't been that way the last couple of years, but I just kept plowing snow because I'm like, at least that's a guaranteed income.
Yes.
Like sometimes you get those spurts of nothing and then you'll get 5 sales and then you'll have a month of nothing and then 5,
Yeah.
that ebb and flow. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having something part-time, as long as if real estate's your goal. I always just tell people, just try to find something that doesn't take away from it too much.
Yeah.
I loved working at Shields, but the problem I had and the reason I left was you can't have your phone on the floor.
Oh.
Like when you're out there. And I'm like, well, I have to be able to talk with people and respond and stuff. And so like, figure out something, if that's a big worry, like figure out something that keeps you in real estate. that you could still maybe work through it and get in there. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially with how many agents are out there. It's hard to get your foot in the door and have like a big presence right away.
Yeah. I'm like a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and I don't think that I would have gone about the past any differently, but I've always had an interest in social media marketing. I went to UW Green Bay for marketing and graphic design, and social media marketing was one of my favorite classes.
Yeah.
And, just being a Gen Z girly, like, of course I like social media. Duh. It's a requirement.
You have to.
Duh. And so... yeah, I mean, my mom had always told me, like, you should just do social media. Like, real estate was it's hard. Like, the highs are high and the lows are low. Just said that to the girl the other day that I met with. And she was like, you should just do social media. Like, it's more, fixed, and you could make it more consistent. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And it honestly wasn't until I came here. I think if I were still at my old brokerage, I never would have started it, to be honest. Because, shout out KW. Like,
shout out K-Dub.
I mean,
I think we're going to start calling it K-Dub. I think we need to do that. Yeah.
KWFC.
We'll start a trend. K-Dub.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, they support you in all aspects of business. I feel so supportive with Social Buzz, or so supported with Social Buzz in addition to real estate. And Laura coaches me on both businesses. And I made it clear that I wanted, like, I don't want Social Buzz to be seen as a distraction. I want it to be seen as, like, something that works together. And it's actually crazy because a lot of people that I met through Social Buzz, I have a totally different audience and clientele with Social Buzz than I do for real estate. And some of the people that I've met through Social Buzz, I have already gotten real estate business from.
Yeah.
And it's just shocking to me. And people find out, like, oh my gosh, you're a realtor too? And, like, that'd be awesome to work with you. And they don't care. And
I think it's impressive. Like, if people just think about it, like, hey, this is a young woman leading two companies, both, like, sole proprietor, like, on her own.
Yeah.
And she's doing
I have control issues, so.
Yeah. Well, there it is. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I could maybe have more business than, like, an assistant, but and that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I limit it. I only take 2 full service clients at a time.
There's a balance, like there's for Social Buzz or real estate.
For Social Buzz.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, monthly creating content for them, building out a whole content calendar, doing analytics, posting for them. I only do that for 2 people.
What's your niche? Like, your favorite thing on social media?
My niche, my favorite thing on social media. Okay, can you elaborate a little more?
Just all of social media. No, like, if how could I phrase this? A good question. I'm trying to think if it should be for, like, real estate agents or not.
Okay.
So 2 questions.
Yep.
What is just your favorite aspect of, like, the Social Buzz? What's your favorite thing to do? Like, is it posting videos or, like, your I don't know if this is technically part of Social Buzz, but I know you've done, like, restaurant walkthroughs, like finding unique parts of the area.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing like that? And then what's your favorite, like, your number one recommendation that agents should be doing on social media?
Okay. Yep. I've got my answers.
Boom.
Hopefully I remember. Okay. I had an agent a while back tell me you need to be on TikTok. And I was like, well, there's only, like, 14-year-olds on TikTok. Oh boy, was I wrong. I've already closed deals from TikTok. I had a set of Texas buyers who found me on TikTok. They closed this past January. And, like, we just went to the farmer's market together this past Saturday. Like, this is an instance where I'm like, I actually do want to be friends with you. And on social media, people get to know you. That's the other thing. I'm connected with more like-minded people when I just have, like, a referral from a different agent, or, like, some, if I have a billboard and someone calls my billboard, I don't know what type of person I'm getting. The billboard doesn't really show my personality, but social media is, like, your brand and your personal portfolio in a way. It has your voice, it has your face, it shows your mannerisms and how you act and what you like. And I just feel like, I mean, if it's something at all you're interested in, I don't think that everyone needs to do it necessarily. If you find that, like, events or door knocking or mailers are working really, really well for you, then stick with that. Yeah. But if you have any interest in doing social media, I mean, it's amazing. And I will say, like, TikTok has been one of my favorite things because the algorithm is spot on. I mean, location wise too, if you tag your location with Appleton and people just search Appleton Realtor, like, they will find you.
Just pop up.
They
and I
will.
don't think there's a whole lot of agents still like really flooding the TikTok market.
No, definitely
You know?
not in the Fox Valley. So I definitely think there's room there for people.
I've just saw, yeah, that's touches on a point. Like I think video marketing and like now listing videos have become big, but that was really only like a year ago
Yeah.
that like every listing has a video walkthrough now.
Yep.
You almost have to. I saw that starting last year and I jumped on board because I'm like, if you're not doing a listing walkthrough, like it used to be, hey, you better have professional photos.
Yeah.
And you could tell the agents, and there's names out there that like you knew they never did a professional photo. It was like an old 20-year-old little
Shot on
camera,
a potato.
and it was like blurry and in like a weird angle in the corner. No edit, no crop. You know, like
That was our house, and I was like, thank you, because
yeah.
it was a little less competitive than it probably would have been.
hey, yeah,
when we
yeah.
bought it.
But that gets people in the door, and a video really gets people in the door. It's also another thing to post, another thing to boost, and just the overall views you're going to get from a walkthrough video. It just catches
Yeah.
people's eyes.
And that's something you can pitch at your listing presentations too. Like, yeah, this video got like
Yeah,
2,000 eyes
here's
on
my
it.
videos that I pay for. You don't pay for this. That comes out of my commission. I'm not paying. I'm not charging anything extra than I've ever charged.
Yep.
You know, and I'm going to pay for this professional videographer to come and spend an hour plus at this house to make sure every detail is shown as best as we can. You know, like that's a huge deal. And people know the agents out there that are just doing the MLS post. They take the link from Paragon and they throw it on Facebook.
Yep.
And then they post it.
Yeah.
And it's like the amount of people who aren't going to click into that and shuffle through all the 40 photos,
Right. Exactly.
whereas a video just shows them whether they want to or not. They're going to see it.
Yeah.
And if they keep going, sure, but it's going to catch their eye right
They
away.
did see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'll just keep interrupting you every
this
time you
is
have to
not-
answer anything.
No. This is not real estate related at all, but
Sure.
I got invited to the Lane's Chicken opening before they even opened, actually.
Yeah.
I was invited. It was crazy. They were like, Max came with me because we got like 2 free meals out of it. And the guy's like, are you guys influencers? And like we were invited for like the influencer preview.
Wow.
And I was like, I guess.
Yeah, you're like,
Yes, we are.
it depends. Like, sure.
I mean, at that time, I probably had like 1,400 followers on TikTok, and Lanes had reached out to
Yeah.
me, and they knew that I was posting about food like
Yeah.
once a week in Appleton.
How many followers do you have now on TikTok? Would you
Like
guess?
1,650.
Yeah.
I got a lot of, and like that's crazy. I got a lot of new local followers because
Yeah.
they saw my Lanes video. The Lanes video is like my second most popular video. My first is a really dumb video from Friendsgiving of some friends hauling a couch over
Yeah.
to the second floor. Nothing to do with real estate, nothing to do with Appleton, but it got 140,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
and I
that's-
was
yeah.
like, if half those people go there, like,
Yeah.
it was worth the $30 meal they gave us.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's cool. That's really
So that
cool.
was really fun. And then I just got invited to another place too. And they
Yeah.
were like, we'll give you a free meal. And I was like, can my fiance come
Yeah,
along?
My security, come along.
I'm like, I'm negotiating now, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's been so cool to be like sort of established as like, I like food and going out to eat in the area, and I like finding the best places. And that was something else that I used to do magnet calendars at the end of the year. And I heard on the Hustle Humbly podcast, it's like one of my favorite real estate podcasts. And they had mentioned, like, I think they mentioned doing a list of your favorite places to shop, or maybe it was your favorite places to eat in the area. So that was my thing that I sent out last year. And it can sit on people's fridge for years because it's not a calendar. It's not something that's going to expire after a year. And it's listed by category. So it has like best burgers, best drive-in food, best coffee shops, and it's all my favorite spots. And
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, I love
But it's
that.
so unique, you know, like people enjoy that,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure. What's your second question?
I don't remember.
More like about
QADD.
real estate.
Oh yeah. So what
Social
is one
media.
thing? I mean, maybe you answered it. Maybe it was TikTok, but like, what is one thing real estate agents aren't doing on social media that they should be doing?
Yeah, I had a different answer for that, so I'm glad. Okay. Stories. I would say I love Instagram stories. I actually like Instagram stories more than Instagram itself at this point. Instagram used to be my favorite social media platform, but the algorithm is like ever changing. They used to love Reels. Now they don't as much. They like carousels with text on each.
I think for me, like in real estate, what's intimidating is like I have no idea about the algorithms. Like I'm like a little bit older than when that became like super important. So I'm like thinking about algorithms. I'm like trying to learn that is very like, what's the right word? Almost like intimidating for a lot of agents.
And it's ever changing. So once you think
like,
you learned it, it's changing again.
Like I just get told to do Facebook Reels because apparently it's better. I'm like, I don't really understand why though. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that happens a lot to real estate agents, especially if you're like 50 plus. Like that's got to be so intimidating, this whole world of social media and TikTok. And
for sure.
And then you're listening to like CNN and Fox News and they're like, don't get TikTok. We're all going to get, you know, like, so you just hear all these different opinions everywhere.
Yeah.
And you don't have any understanding of actually how it actually works. So then you're pretty intimidated to even start.
Yeah, I like having, I call it like my social media framework. I post a listing a week. I try to, you know, when I got busy, like some of it falls to the wayside. But I try to post on my stories whenever I think of something to share. I think of like just sharing something with my friends. So it could be as easy as like your morning coffee or behind the scenes. Like, look at this cute thing I saw at a showing the other day. There was like a bird mobile above the bed and it was so cute. And I'm like, I have to post this on my story. And so I posted that, like posting polls too. Or like I did a poll a couple of weeks ago and it was like, would you rather house edition? And I just took pictures from Pinterest and I was like, would you rather have a front porch or a back patio? Would you rather do a kitchen reno or a bathroom reno?
Yeah.
And it was so fun. So many people responded and they interact with it. And if you give them, like I asked for, hey, I need a new show to watch. Like, anyone have any recommendations? I got so many replies from that.
Yeah.
And that's why I think stories are like the secret that a lot of people have not found out yet. And they're so intimidated about posting on stories, but it's only on there for 24 hours.
It can be so quick.
Quick.
I literally, I could just do a little camera and be like, to us being like, be like in a podcast.
Exactly.
Story. You know, and what's cool that I've noticed is since I've been like for the last month or two, I've been much more intentional with content and like some of it's fallen behind the wayside a little bit, but like much more intentional with posting and content, doing like good videos. And it gets noticed like right away. You might not see the notice like in your comments. It's not like everybody's going to comment, but all of a sudden you go to church and then somebody, like I got called Mr. Oshkosh and I'm like, I am not.
They're like, I saw your video.
They're like, oh, you're such a big deal now, Mr. Oshkosh. I'm like, I'm not that.